Night settles over the old house. Lan lies awake, listening to the wind scrape against the windows. Beside her, Mai sleeps curled like a small question mark. Her tiny breaths sound too fragile for this kind of hurt. Lan's mind won't rest. She keeps replaying the empty box, the silence that followed. Her father's voice still echoes, sharp as broken glass. She wonders if she should have said something. Maybe anything. But the words never came. Fear and memory always choke them. She turns toward the shadowed ceiling. The cracks look like maps of everything that went wrong. Mai stirs in her sleep, whispering something. Mama, does Grandpa hate me? Lan's chest tightens. No, sweetheart, she says softly. He just forgot how to love. Mai's small hand finds hers even in dreams. Lan kisses her forehead, tasting salt and guilt. She remembers her own 8th Christmas. The smell of gingerbread that burned because her mother was too weak to watch the oven. The way her father came home, scowled at the mess, and told them to clean up. No hugs. No laughter. Only silence pretending to be strength. Her mother died 2 months later. Lan still remembers the sound of the freezer door closing on the last batch of cookies. They stayed there until spring. Sometimes she thinks her father froze along with them. He never cried, never spoke of her mother again. Just kept working, coming home late, reading his paper, never looking up. Marlene, her sister, stayed. She learned to cook, to wash, to exist quietly. Lan couldn't. At 17, she packed a bag and left for the city. She told herself she would never be like him. Never let silence swallow love. But life has its own plans. When her husband died, the silence came back. It filled the small apartment like fog. Mai's laughter was the only sound that cut through. Lan worked double shifts, saved every coin, built a life out of scraps. Now she wonders if she's brought her daughter into the same cold she once escaped. The thought breaks something inside her. She rises quietly and walks to the window. Snow falls slow and heavy, blanketing the world in white. She remembers how her mother used to say snow was heaven's way of forgiving the earth. Maybe forgiveness is just another word for trying again. Lan closes her eyes, whispering a promise to the dark. I won't let her carry what I did. Behind her, Mai murmurs in her sleep. Her voice soft as falling snow. I wish Grandpa would smile. Lan turns, heart splintering and softening all at once. She kneels beside the bed, brushes curls from her daughter's cheek. Maybe one day, she whispers. Outside, the wind sighs against the house, tired but gentle. And for the first time in years, Lan lets herself hope that maybe love can thaw what winter froze. Morning light creeps through thin curtains. Lan packs their suitcase in silence. Each folded shirt feels heavier than it should. Mai stands by the door, holding her red coat. Her curls are still tangled from sleep. Are we leaving now, Mama? She asks. Lan nods. Her voice won't come out. She hears footsteps in the hallway. Her father's shadow passes the doorway but doesn't stop. The air feels colder after he's gone. Mai looks down at her shoes, unsure. Can I still give him my picture? She whispers. Lan hesitates. The drawing sits on the nightstand, full of colors and hope. A woman with golden hair smiling in the clouds. Underneath, a child's careful words. I hope you smile again. Lan's throat burns. She takes the paper, folds it gently. Leave it on the table before we go, she says. Mai nods, eyes wide with trust. They walk downstairs together. The living room is empty, except for the ticking clock. Lan places the keys by the door. Mai walks to the table, sets her drawing down. Her small hand lingers on the edge. Goodbye, Grandpa, she whispers. No answer. Lan touches her shoulder. Come on, sweetheart. They step into the cold. Snowflakes sting Lan's cheeks. The car engine coughs before starting. Through the window, she sees the house fade into gray. Her father doesn't come to the porch. He never does. Mai presses her face to the glass. Maybe he didn't hear me, she says softly. Lan keeps her eyes on the road. Maybe, she replies. The word feels like a lie. 3 hours later, they reach their small apartment. The air smells like safety and loneliness. Mai hangs her coat, takes out her crayons. She draws another picture, this time only 2 people. A mother and a daughter under a big sun. Lan watches her from the kitchen. Do you miss him? Mai asks. Lan hesitates, then answers honestly. I miss the man I hoped he'd be. Mai tilts her head, thinking it over. Maybe he'll change, she says. Lan smiles faintly. Maybe, she whispers again. Days pass quietly. Work, school, dinner, sleep. Life folds into routine. The drawing on the table curls at the edges. Lan can't bring herself to throw it away. Sometimes, she finds Mai tracing the letters with her finger. I hope you smile again. One afternoon, a knock breaks the silence. A delivery man holds a brown box. Package for Ms. Lan, he says. The return address makes her heart stop. It's from her father. Her hands shake as she signs. Mai stands beside her, eyes wide. Is it from Grandpa? Lan nods. They place it on the table. The tape peels with a soft rip. Inside lies a wooden box wrapped in tissue paper. When Mai lifts the lid, a soft tune begins to play. You are my sunshine, she whispers. Lan's breath catches. It's her mother's music box. And beneath it, a note in trembling handwriting. Thank you for remembering her. Lan closes her eyes as the melody fills the room. For the first time in years, she lets the tears fall. And the winter outside feels a little less cold. The music box sits on the shelf, playing softly each night. Its melody fills the small apartment like a heartbeat. Mai hums along before bed, her voice light and clear. Lan watches her, wondering if forgiveness can sound like music. A week passes before another envelope arrives. Her father's handwriting trembles across the front. 5 words only. You raised her right, I'm sorry. Lan reads it twice, then a third time. She sits at the kitchen table, hands shaking. So many years of silence, reduced to one fragile sentence. Mai looks up from her homework. Who's it from, Mama? Lan folds the letter carefully. It's from Grandpa, she says. Mai smiles, the kind that reaches her eyes. Then maybe he doesn't hate us anymore. Lan feels her throat tighten. Maybe not, she whispers. That night, she dreams of her mother. The same song plays somewhere far away, soft as snow. In the dream, her mother smiles and says, he's learning. Lan wakes with tears on her cheeks. The apartment feels lighter somehow. At work, her friend Kai notices the change. Looks like someone found a bit of peace, Kai says. Lan laughs quietly. Maybe just a small piece of it. Kai wipes the counter with her towel. Peace always starts small, she says. Like thawing ice. Lan carries those words with her. After her shift, she picks up art paper for Mai. She watches her daughter draw at the table. Color floods the page. Flowers, stars, a smiling old man. Is that Grandpa? Lan asks. Mai nods. He's smiling now, she says. See. Lan can't speak. She just pulls Mai close and kisses her hair. Later, when Mai sleeps, Lan winds the music box again. The notes fill the dark, tender and slow. She takes her father's letter from the drawer. The ink is faint, where his hand must have hesitated. Lan imagines him sitting alone, trying to find the words. Maybe holding the same pen he once used to scold her. Maybe crying where no one could see. She whispers into the quiet, I hear you, Dad. The song fades, but the warmth stays. Each day becomes a little brighter. Neighbors stop to chat at the stairs. Kai brings soup after her late shifts. Mai laughs louder, draws more. The house no longer echoes with emptiness. One evening, Lan finds herself writing. Not a reply, not exactly. Just a note folded into an envelope. No grand speeches. Only, we're okay, she's happy, thank you. She doesn't know if she'll send it. But it feels right to write it. The music box plays again as snow drifts outside. Mai's drawing of her smiling grandfather hangs on the wall. Lan sits beside it, breathing in quiet peace. Some hearts take longer to soften. Some winters take longer to end. But the song keeps playing, patient and steady. And for the first time, Lan believes her father might still find his way home. The phone rings early one morning. Lan wipes her hands in a towel before answering. Her father's voice crackles through the line, rough and unsure. I got your letter, he says after a pause. Lan grips the counter to steady herself. 3 months since Christmas, and now this call. How's the girl? He asks. She's fine, Lan answers carefully, getting ready for school. He clears his throat, a sound she knows too well. Maybe you could bring her by, just for an afternoon. Lan's breath catches. She stares at the frost on the window, unsure what to say. I'll think about it, she replies. Right, he mutters. Take your time. The line clicks dead before she can respond. Her heart beats hard, somewhere between fear and hope. Later that day, her sister Mai calls. What did you say to Dad? She snaps. He's been acting strange, asking about your kid. Lan sighs, pinching the bridge of her nose. I just sent a note, that's all. You're manipulating him, Mai accuses. He was fine before you showed up. Lan feels anger rise, then fall. Were we really fine? She says quietly. You left, Mai says. You ran away and left me with him. I had to go, Lan whispers. You know why. Silence swells between them, thick as smoke. Just don't expect me to play along, Mai mutters. The call ends with a dull tone. Lan stares at her reflection in the dark window. 2 sisters, 1 wound, still bleeding after all these years. A text buzzes on her phone. It's from her father. Let me know when you decide. Lan types before she can lose courage. Next Saturday, 2 o'clock. His reply comes fast. I'll be here. The week crawls by, heavy with nerves. Lan tells Mai carefully about the visit. Grandpa wants to try again, she says. Mai's eyes widen, hope and fear mixing together. Will the box be empty this time? She asks. Lan kneels, brushing curls from her daughter's face. No, sweetheart, and if anyone hurts you, we leave. Mai nods solemnly. I made new drawings, better ones. Saturday arrives cold and bright. The drive feels shorter than before. Lan's hands don't tremble on the steering wheel this time. Mai hums softly in the back seat. When they pull into the driveway, Mr. High stands outside. He's waiting. Lan stops the car, startled by the sight. He never used to wait for anyone. You came, he says, voice small but steady. We came, Lan replies. He smiles faintly. I made coffee and hot chocolate. Inside, the house smells of fresh paint and lemon soap. The heavy quiet of Christmas is gone. The table is cleared, the newspaper stack gone. Mai opens her portfolio shyly. Her drawings bloom with color. Mr. High studies them one by one. You like art class? He asks. It's my favorite, Mai says. He nods slowly. Never mind what others say, you keep drawing. For a moment, the room feels full of light. Something fragile, but real has begun to grow again. Lan watches, holding her breath, afraid even kindness might break. But the silence between them finally feels warm. Lan follows her father through the narrow hallway. He opens a door she never thought she'd see again. The workshop smells of sawdust and old memories. Wood shavings curl like ribbons on the floor. Mr. High reaches for a cardboard box high on a shelf. Dust floats in the air as he lowers it gently. Found these while cleaning, he says quietly. Lan steps closer, unsure what she'll find. Inside are drawings, bright, messy, familiar. Her drawings, the ones she made as a little girl. Stick figures, flowers, crooked houses under suns too big. She gasps, touching the fragile paper. You kept them. Her father nods. All of them, he says. I wasn't good at showing it, but I kept them. Lan's throat tightens. Mai stands beside her, eyes wide with wonder. Mama, you drew flowers like me, she says softly. Lan laughs through her tears. Yeah, baby, just like you. Mr. High clears his throat, voice thick. Maybe we could hang some of yours too, the new ones. Lan meets his eyes for the first time in years. I'd like that, she says. We'd like that. They stay there for a while, surrounded by quiet forgiveness. Later at dinner, the table feels almost peaceful. Lan sits across from her sister Mai, who stabs at her food. The clock ticks loud between them. Finally, Mai slams her fork down. You're just here for his money, she spits. Lan flinches, but Mr. High speaks first. That's enough. His voice cuts through the room, sharp but steady. Mai stares at him, stunned. You're defending her now. I'm correcting myself, he says. I've been wrong long enough. The silence that follows feels heavy and alive. Lan forces her hands to stay still. It's not about money, she says quietly. It never was. Mai laughs bitterly. Since when do you care about family? Lan meets her gaze. Since always. I just wanted a different kind of family. Her words hang in the air like a confession. Mr. High looks down at his coffee cup. I didn't know how to be a father after your mother died, he says. His hands shake as he sets the cup down. I thought being strong meant being silent, but I was wrong. Lan feels her eyes burn. You didn't even try, she whispers. He looks up, tears shining. No, I didn't. That empty box, I thought it would teach something. All it taught me was how empty I'd become. Lan covers her mouth, a sob breaking free. I just wanted you to be proud of me, she says. Mr. High stands slowly, then steps around the table. For a moment, no one breathes. He pulls her into his arms. The hug is awkward, trembling, real. I am proud, he says. Too late maybe, but I am. Mai watches from the doorway, clutching her sketchbook. Even Mai's eyes glisten in the dim light. The clock chimes softly in the corner. It sounds different now. Not like time running out, but like a heart beginning again. Lan closes her eyes, holding on to the father she thought she lost. And for the first time, the house feels like home. A year passes quietly, like snow melting in slow sunlight. The same old clock still ticks in the corner of the living room. But its sound no longer feels like a wound. Mr. High sits near the fireplace, his shoulders softer now. Mai stands on tiptoe, hanging a glass angel on the Christmas tree. A little more to the left, he says, smiling. The angel catches light and scatters color across her face. Her laughter fills the house. Lan watches from the kitchen doorway, heart full. The air smells of sugar cookies and coffee. Mai enters, dusted with flour, holding a tray of warm cookies. Second batch is ready, she says. Lan laughs. You're becoming like Mom. Mai grins, a real one this time. She'd like that. They stand side by side, just breathing, just being. The empty box from last Christmas sits on the mantel. Now it's full. Movie tickets, pressed flowers, a tiny painting. Little pieces of time, proof of trying. Mr. High still keeps the workshop open every morning. Sometimes Mai helps him sand wood or paint small boxes. She wears his old apron, dragging past her knees. He teaches her to go with the grain, not against it. Patience in every motion, love in every detail. In the evenings, he joins therapy sessions at the town center. He tells Lan afterward, didn't think I'd ever end up there. She smiles. Mom would be proud of you. He nods, eyes wet. You too, for standing your ground. Mai's voice interrupts them from the living room. Mama, Grandpa found something. She She runs in, clutching a wooden box with pearl inlays. Lan freezes. It's her old jewelry box. The one that used to play, "You Are My Sunshine." Mr. High clears his throat. "Found someone to fix it. Thought you should have it again." Lan opens it carefully. The music spills out, soft and bright, like memory reborn. Mai joins them, holding her own cup of cocoa. "Tell her about Mom," Mai says, settling at her grandfather's feet. They share stories until the house hums with warmth. Mr. High laughs, remembering Mom's terrible fruitcake. "She wrapped gifts in the funny papers," he says. Lan smiles. "That's why I do that. I thought it was my idea." They all laugh, the sound mingling with the song from the box. Later, Mai brings out a gift wrapped in newspaper comics. "Your turn, Mai," she says. Mai opens it slowly, hands steady now. Inside is a carved wooden art set, polished and perfect. Brushes, pencils, paints, all fitted in handmade slots. "Did you make this, Grandpa?" she asks. He nods, gripping his chair, eyes shining. "Thank you for seeing me," Mai whispers. Her words break something open in all of them. Lan's eyes blur. Mai wipes her face silently. The fire crackles, soft as a lullaby. Mai walks to the piano, pressing one key, then another. The melody of "You Are My Sunshine" fills the room again. Mr. High watches, tears catching the light. He takes Lan's hand, squeezes gently. No words, just understanding. Snow drifts outside, quiet and slow. Inside, hearts that once froze begin to glow. Love, patient and imperfect, holds them steady. And the song keeps playing, carrying them forward into tomorrow. The night settles deep and calm around the house. Snow drifts past the windows, soft as whispers. Lan sits beside her father, watching Mai at the piano. The old melody fills the room, gentle and bright. Mr. High hums along, his voice low but sure. Mai leans against the window seat, smiling quietly. No one speaks because no one needs to. The past still lingers, but it no longer hurts. Lan looks at her father's face in the flicker of firelight. He looks older, smaller but at peace. The empty box on the mantel gleams in the glow. It's full now, and so are they. Mai finishes the song, pressing the final note tenderly. The silence afterward feels holy. Mr. High exhales, tears bright on his cheeks. "You are my sunshine," he whispers. Lan takes his hand. "We all are," she says. Outside, snow keeps falling, endless and forgiving. Inside, warmth grows steady as breath. No perfect endings, just love that stayed. And the music plays on, soft and sure, reminding them that even winter learns to let go.